Do you need a vaccine, or is it optional? Like, is at least one of these things guaranteed to happen if I don't get vaccines? So if you're traveling somewhere, you're probably going to be in an environment that you're not used to, and you might be around animals and diseases that are not in the country that you are usually in. So for example, in the UK, we don't really have rabies in the big cities. And if you're going somewhere like Thailand, then you're probably going to be visiting monkey sanctuaries, or maybe you'll go to a bat cave. And these are animals that carry rabies, for example. And there are also going to be stray dogs as well. And when I was in Thailand with my husband, we bought some hot food. It was like fried chicken, and we were walking back to the Airbnb, and a dog, which didn't look very kind, started following us, and we were very scared, but we've both had the rabies vaccine. So if that dog did decide to attack us because of the food that we were carrying, because they could smell it, it was really a lovely smell, and it was meat as well, and that dog looked very hungry, then we were at least a little bit confident that we would probably survive being bitten and hopefully not get rabies. So you might want to consider the rabies vaccine, first of all. Second of all, when you are going abroad, you might have street food. And so if you have that, then there is likely to be some kind of contamination of the food, depending on the hygiene standards of the person that is serving you that food. So I'm not saying all street food is going to have hepatitis A or typhoid, but you need to be aware and mindful that hygiene standards for food can be different in different countries, and will also depend on the specific person that you are being served the food. So if you're going to a restaurant and you're ordering really hot food, then that's probably less likely to make you ill. But if you do get ill from something like hepatitis A or typhoid, which is normally from contaminated food and water, then you're probably going to feel quite unwell. And this is why there are vaccines for these two diseases. The other vaccines that I would say you should likely consider are things like Japanese encephalitis or tick-borne encephalitis. So Japanese encephalitis is carried by mosquitoes, tick-borne encephalitis is carried by ticks, and anything that has encephalitis in the name means that it can cause brain swelling, and this can lead to permanent nerve damage or even death. And so you are very unlikely to survive these diseases if you get them. And people say they are rare, but I would say that having the vaccine gives you that 90% plus layer of protection compared to someone who has no kind of defenses built up through their immune system and their memory cells. So other vaccines include things like yellow fever vaccine, which is actually a requirement for some countries that you might travel to. So places like Brazil or parts of Africa. And also I would recommend vaccines which may be kind of new, like dengue fever vaccine or the chikungunya vaccine. And these are diseases which are kind of up and coming, and these three diseases, so yellow fever, chikungunya and dengue fever, are all carried by mosquitoes, and they can cause long-term health problems, with yellow fever being the most likely one to kill you. But chikungunya can cause long-term joint problems. Dengue fever can really leave you hospitalized for weeks, and also there are after effects which people experience as well, which disturb the way that they live their life. So I would recommend really considering all of the possible vaccines that you might need based on your itinerary, so the activities that you're going to do, and speak to a travel health pharmacist, doctor or nurse to see which vaccines are most likely to benefit you to the destination that you are traveling to. So I hope you found that helpful, and yeah, stay safe and have a lovely holiday.